Mama Chi despised and hated her daughter Chi Chi for being a midget. Chi Chi started failing her exams frequently, and her mother, Madam Chi, started telling her to stop going to school and come join her sell fruit. Chi Chi decided to stop schooling. After all, she knew school was not for her. Chi Chi joined her mother in selling fruit, and the villagers started mocking her. And anytime she comes home to complain to her mother beats her up and say she deserves that because she does not know where this kind of daughter came from. And also, Mama Chi decides to flog and sometimes also make her daughter Chi Chi go hungry. No food, no drink, no water. All this because she despised her daughter for being a midget and not being intelligent in school. She sees Chi Chi as somebody who is useless, and due to these circumstances and treatment against her own daughter, Chi Chi decided to do things on her own in regards to how she survived in her mother's house. One day, Chi Chi was unable to sell any of the fruits and she came back home. Mama Chi beat her up and said she is even useless in selling common fruit. This led to some misunderstanding between mother and daughter. Mama Chi refused to feed her daughter. Chi Chi called her grandmother to complain about how her mother is treating her. Mama Chi's mother came in to advise her daughter in regards to how she is treating her own daughter. Her grandmother left, but before she left, she told Mama Chi to stop maltreating her daughter. She agreed, but never listened. She continued to maltreat Chi Chi for no reason. Now, Chi Chi got fed up one day and told her mother that, look, if you can't take care of me, you better let me go to my grandmother's place. Immediately, Mama Chi agreed and sent her packing to her mother's place. When Chi Chi got to her grandmother's place, her grandmother welcomed her warmly and told her that if she's here, she needs to find something doing because she's old and can't feed two people at the same time. Chi Chi immediately agreed and said she would definitely find something doing. Days later, Chi Chi started doing other manual jobs like selling fruits just like her mother did, but that did not succeed until she decided to join a ministerial church where she would be preaching to people. One of the junior pastors approached Chi Chi and told her that they'll be going for evangelism. Now, on their way to evangelism, the junior pastor started prophesying to a stranger, and the stranger gave him money. Chi Chi, seeing this, saw how this is profitable and she decided to open her own church. Chi Chi started preaching to people and started prophesying fake prophecy to people. And this one day landed her in problem. One of the people she prophesied to about getting a business got their business cancelled. So this man started searching for Chi Chi and got her arrested. Upon arresting her, she confessed that she is a fake minister of God and that she is trying to survive. This man saw Chi Chi as a business contract and decided to bail her out of prison. Days later, this man approached Chi Chi and proposed a business idea to her and said, since she was able to convince people on how she is a minister and not being a real prophet, then she can act. So this man told Chi Chi that he is a movie producer and that he is going to give her a movie role to act just like the way she did in prophesying in all the people that she deceived in reality. Immediately, Chi Chi agreed and said she will give it a try. Months later, Chi Chi was featured in numerous movies, and these movies were doing great numbers. One day, a stranger walked up to Mama Chi and told her that her daughter is now famous and acting movies. Mama Chi again did not believe the stranger and said, Chi Chi can never amount to anything, and with her size, nobody is going to care for her or give her any opportunity. In fact, she is even a school dropper, so she can never act. These were the words of Mama Chi. The stranger insisted, tried to show her videos, but Mama Chi was not interested. 2 years later, Chi Chi became a very famous actress and known worldwide. She became very rich and bought her first house and invited her grandmother to stay with her. Weeks after her grandmom had stayed with Chi Chi, grandmom tried to convince Chi Chi to approach her mother to let her know that she is doing well now and she has forgiven her mother. Chi Chi was not interested in that conversation and shut the grandmother up on that same conversation. Chi Chi told her grandmother that she is planning on doing some charity work to thank God for how far He has brought her into this industry and changed her life. Her grandmother was happy for her, and Chi Chi days later went to her old community to do some donation to the deprived people in that community. Some people took pictures and videos of her. One of those people approached Mama Chi and showed the videos and pictures to her how her daughter is changing the lives of people in the community. Mama Chi could not believe her eyes and started running to the location where the donation was happening. Upon reaching there, security blocked her and did not allow her get close to Chi Chi. Chi Chi left the place and didn't want to have anything to do with her mother. Mama Chi went back home crying in regret and could not believe how good life has been for her daughter. She thought about it throughout the night and said to herself, how come her daughter be rich and she will be living in this slum? So she decided to look for her daughter and asked people to search social media and how to contact her. She found one of the locations that Chi Chi was acting, went on set and found out that Chi Chi was on set acting. But Chi Chi was not interested in having any conversation with her mother. Mama Chi was thrown out of the movie production set. Minutes later, the producer realized that Chi Chi was not able to act her character in the movie. So she called her aside and had a conversation with her. The producer told Chi Chi that she needs to forgive her mother or else this is going to affect her acting and career because she will not be able to live with the guilt and also feel bad for her mother and as well as the hurt she is going through now. The producer asked Chi Chi to go home and think about it carefully because if she doesn't take time, all that she has worked for will become nothing. Chi Chi got home and told her grandmother about what Mama Chi has done on set. Immediately, Grandma told Chi Chi that Mama Chi has been calling her and she has given the address to her mother, so she will be coming to their house the next day. Chi Chi was not happy about this information, but she had nothing to say. Next day, Mama Chi was at the gate knocking. She was allowed in to have a conversation with her daughter. Immediately, Mama Chi entered the house. She knelt down to beg Chi Chi. Chi Chi was not ready to listen, but her grandmother called her back to listen to her mother what she has to say in regards to how she was resented towards her. And Mama Chi Chi begged, continued to beg, cried and said she didn't understand why God had to give her a child that looks like her. She just regretted and wanted a child that is being accepted by everyone and not looked down upon. And also, her father left her immediately. He saw how she looked as a child and said she was not going to amount to anything, and because of that, she also hated her daughter. Chichi was not happy about the whole situation and started crying and said, "You are my mother. How can you also treat me like the way outsiders treat me?" Immediately, Mama Chi continued to cry and beg for forgiveness. Chichi was reluctant to forgive her mother, but her grandmother said, "You have to forgive her to forgive yourself, or else you will not live with happiness knowing that you were not able to forgive your mother." Chichi immediately asked her mother to stand up and said, "I have forgiven you." They hug as a family. Thanks for watching this recap. This channel brings you the best Nollywood movies. We save you time and money. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos for more movie recap.